everybody. Welcome back. We're doing the pregame show for the men. Brent Johnson, Scott Heinley with you. And the men come in ranked 5th in the Western region. First place in the conference, 14-4 overall, 8-1 in the conference. Wartburg comes in 8-11 overall, 6th place at 5-6 in the conference. And as we look ahead, first of all, we should note that at Dubuque on Tuesday, there was O.J. Freilich, our starting shooting guard, got injured, bad injury with the wrist, and he's out for the remainder of the season. An unfortunate circumstance, but the BV men are going to have to play through it, and Brad Odie Douglas is going to get the starting nod tonight in place of OJ, so we'll see how that goes. Brent, why don't we take a look at the keys to victory tonight? Okay, for the BV men, they're got a lot of pressure defense on the Wartburg team, cost some turnovers, make sure that the Wartburg makes some mistakes coming into a different arena. The OJ factor, just like you're talking about, he's out for the rest of the season. He was used to playing. Brad Douglas will have to step in, play for him. I'm sure Brad will do more than a spectacular job. For Wartburg, we got to watch out for Brian Myers and Rich Coaster. They have to both do an excellent job. They're both seniors. They create a lot of offense between the two of them. They do a nice job. We got to make sure that we contain them. And Wartburg has to make sure that they can handle BV's defense. BV doing a nice job this season with their defense, and Wartburg's got to make sure it doesn't bother them. Okay, so that's a look at the keys to victory. We'll be back and after this interview with Coach Van Haften with the tip-off of the men's game.
Innovation Sports tonight. I hope you're enjoying the games that we have been broadcasting, and we're talking with Coach Brian Van Haften, the head men's basketball coach. And Brian, tonight your men go up against the Wartburg Knights, and they are 5-6 right now in the conference or on the season. And what have you told your players to expect?
Well, I think Wartburg is a much improved team. I think their talent level on their team has really improved throughout the whole year. Brian Myers and Rich Kloster have been playing excellent basketball for them as of the last 2 or 3 weeks. Brian Myers was Player of the Week a couple weeks ago. And so we're going to have our hands full with this team tonight, and we just need to go out and put a lot of pressure on them defensively is one thing that we've talked about this week. And we need to offensively just need to execute like we did the last 15 minutes of the Dubuque game. And
talk about Dubuque. That was a makeup game that you guys played Tuesday night, and were there any exciting moments in that game?
Well, I think in the first half, you know, when you play a team that's 0-18 and they hang with you in the first half, you know, all of a sudden you're only up by 2 at halftime. In fact, we had to hit a basket at the buzzer to go up by 2. You know, a little panic sets in on the guys a little bit. And we talked about that at halftime a little bit. You know, anytime you play on the road, it's going to be a good battle. And in the second half, we were a lot sharper. We were a lot more relaxed, and we came up with a good win. We really played well, especially the last. We played well the whole half, but especially the last 15 minutes, we were really sharp.
And now O.J. Freilich was injured during that game?
O.J. Freilich went in for a layup right down the middle of the lane, and a guy tried to draw a charge, and he flipped over the top of him and landed on both his hands, and unfortunately broke his right elbow and his left wrist all at the same time. And you know, the only reason I'm disappointed is the fact that I feel really bad for O.J. On the other hand, it is an opportunity for our team, a little adversity here to see how we react to it. Brad Douglas has been playing excellent basketball for us. He came off the bench, scored 21 points.
Okay, welcome back. We're introducing the starting lineups for both teams here. We're going to talk a little bit about the game before we do the starting lineups here. We mentioned that Mitch Kloster and Brian Myers are not likely for the Wartburg Knights, and that'll be a key to shut down those two. And as you see,
Brad Odie Douglas gets a starting nod for O.J. Freilich. We'll give you the starting lineups. It's at the forwards, it's Brad Douglas and Nick Dentlinger. Center is Jamie Wilson. He's the only senior, actually the only regular senior starter on the team, but now that Douglas is starting, there's 2 senior starters. The guard court is Brian Schmalbeck and Aaron Bloom, both juniors. The starting lineup for Wartburg looks like this. Rich Kloster is a 6'5" senior, and Matt Wheeler starts, and at center is Brian Myers. We mentioned him, he's a 6'6" senior, and Eric Book, he's a freshman, and the other guard, Shane Stocks, a 6' junior. Okay, a reminder, once you catch Center Court, it is a weekly half-hour coaches show that brings you the highlights and recaps of last week's games. Also, the coaches will interview a player from their squads and look ahead to next week's contest. You can catch Center Court Mondays at 7, Wednesdays at 9, and Fridays at 8 o'clock on Innovation Video Cable Channel 3. Innovation Video is your home for Buena Vista sports coverage. Getting set for the opening tip, it's going to be Jamie Wilson for BV. And for Wartburg, 6'6", Brian Myers. And Wartburg is wearing their odd uniforms. Their odd numbered uniforms today in the black. BV ranked 5th in the Western region of Division III. Schmalbeck gets the opening shot, and that's something I've been noticing lately for the men. Brian Schmalbeck is the one to take the first few shots, and they want to get him off early.
Nice shot there by Schmalbeck. He had the open shot. They were patient there. They ran down some of the shot clock they had and got a good look. Good rebound there by Brad Douglas. He's going to have to make an important impact right off the bat, coming first time starting in a while.
And he is coming off a huge game at Dubuque where he scored 22 points off the bench.
Brad Douglas, always known as a shooter.
And right there, my opening point was Brian Schmalbeck. The first 2 shots for BV were by Schmalbeck. So Van Haften going with that strategy, trying to get Schmalbeck.
Schmalbeck, a junior, has seen a lot of playing action in his college career, so he's well in tune to making those first couple shots.
And of course, him and Bjorken will trade off with the point guard duties. They'll split time just about. Offensive boards by Wartburg here early. Wartburg's got some size, which could present some rebounding problems.
As we see number 33, Brian Myers, a tough physical player inside. He's from Tucson, Arizona, so he's a little ways from home playing for Wartburg.
I want to take this time to wish everybody out there a happy Valentine's Day. Just underway here at the field house. Beavers lead 2-0. 18:28 to go first half.
Good move there by Jamie Wilson, caused the foul. I think that's what also BV needs to do, is attack the basket a lot, cause Wartburg to follow him, stop him in the lane, and BV get to the free throw line. Already seen a substitution. Number 53, Kevin Archer's coming in.
Trouble at the inbounds pass, but BV's going to get it back.
Bloom going to call a different play for this one, see if they can have better success. Should see Bloom coming swinging out, maybe for the 3. Wasn't there, looks over to Schmalbeck.
Wartburg going with the 2-3 defense to start off with here. And there's Schmalley for 3, and just off the mark.
Nice job by Bloom to keep it alive. Great job by Bloom.
Battling on the boards. Oh, nice cut to the basket. Jamie Wilson, no good at the tip, but gets his own board. Jamie Wilson will go to the line shooting 2.
Jamie Wilson showing his presence on the inside, almost got the tip back, gets his own offensive rebound, puts it back up, gets fouled. Nice hustle there by Bloom to cause that play to even happen. That's how you win conferences.
For the season, Jamie Wilson is a 74% free throw shooter.
As we can see, Wartburg's already got 3 fouls, and there's only been A little over 2 minutes been played in the first half, so Wartburg getting off to a rough start with fouls.
Eric Book is a point guard for the Knights. BV comes out man-to-man. And Book with a three-point shot, and he connects with it. That cuts the lead to 4-2-3.
I think one thing that needs to be pointed out, Wartburg only came with 9 players. There's only 4 players right now on their bench, so if this game were to drag on or be an up-tempo game, they might be in a little trouble as far as bench support.
Aaron Bloom taking it all the way in. Now it passes out to Douglas.
BV being very unselfish right now.
And they called Schmalbeck for a walk. He faked the ball and then put the ball on the floor.
BV being really unselfish on the offensive end. A lot of passes, looking for a good shot. Sometimes, though, you can be too unselfish and pass up maybe a good opportunity. But I think right now BV's doing a nice job of passing it around and looking for a good shot.
This is Kloster with the ball right now. He's one of that tandem of seniors that's really dangerous. There's the other one, and that's Brian Myers, who gets the easy lay-in for his first 2 of the game. So Wartburg goes up 5-4 here. Denlinger for 3, no good.
Just a little short on that one. I think if you had a little bit a higher jump shot, a little short of a jump, a little bit higher, maybe got the ball there and an easy 3-point basket.
Nick almost comes up to the steal, but instead he fouls. That's going to be the first team foul on BV.
I think they're going to get Detlinger on the hand there. I think he had a hand on his back or at least his arm. Jamie Wilson's got another tough assignment. Brian Meyer, an excellent player for Wartburg.
Kevin Archer with it out far baseline. But you see the tough D. Myers with the shot, so Myers is 2 for 2.
Myers is a very fluid player.
Wartburg is coached by Marty Simmons. Assistant coaches are Dave Arns and Kevin Giese.
A little interesting side note, Dave Arns used to be the head coach for the Waverly Shell Rock High School team, and so he moved up the ranks.
Waverly Shell Rock High School.
Moved up the ranks from high school to assistant coach. Maybe someday looking to be a head coach in the Division III level.
That's right. I believe he took over for Coach Bergman back in the early 90s. Oh, nice. That's a tough shot. Double teamed, yet Brian Myers still able to get it. He's got 6 early.
Tough shot there.
Coach Simmons' club is coming here and there. They got a 9-4 lead. 15 minutes to go, first half.
BV staying patient on their offense. Still looking for the good shot. Bloom on the swing out.
Schmalbeck up there. Schmalbeck loses it. And Wartburg doesn't have the numbers, so probably have to slow it up here. Layup good by Rich Kloster.
Wartburg kind of doing, the men are kind of doing the same thing the women are doing, coming in, causing some disruption to the BV offense, not having a real good flow with their offense, and scoring some on their offensive end. So
Denlinger for 3, and that's 2 long 3-pointers. We saw it. Douglas took one a while back.
Nice job there by Douglas to get the offensive board and put back and foul. That's 4 team fouls right now on Wartburg.
Matt Jansen checking into the game. And that's one thing that Douglas will do. He will get you to the free throw line. He's been to the line the second most times on the club this year. He's a 73% shooter. Beavers down by 7 early. You don't see that too often this year. Usually we've been able to get off to a good start and then just build on that lead throughout.
Usually the tables are turned. It's usually BV out to the fast start.
Okay, now you see freshman number 3, Landon Roth, checking into the game for Douglas. And then Coach Van Haften, I talked to him on Thursday morning, he said that would happen. Roth and Douglas would switch off at O.J. Freilich's spot. There's Stocks with the three-point shot. And Wartburg is up by 9. And Coach Van Haften wants to take a 20. He wants to talk it over.
Right now, we just got handed some stats from the women's game. We could wrap up that game. We see
Heather Mackey with, I guess the leading scorer was Michelle Brazo with 17, and Keely Bowman was 17. Of course, Keely Bowman, we named her the Silk Screen Inc. player of the game. And Ryan Harder right now is down on the floor. Ryan.
In just 5 minutes of the ball game here, the Beavers' mood has really shifted, one would guess. They're fairly confident going into tonight's game. Even with the loss of major shooter O.J. Freilich, they're fairly confident, after all, being at the top of the Iowa Conference. But Wartburg here, don't underestimate them. They were really looking to impress Buena Vista coming into this game, and it looks like that might be what they do. Right before the timeout, they had gone on a 14-1 run. So pretty impressive for the Knights, and we'll just have to see what develops. Back to you, Scott.
All right, thanks a lot, Ryan. As you mentioned, a 14-1 run right there. That was Matt Jansen just answered that run finally with a chance for a three-point play here. The foul was called on Myers. That's his first.
BV need to do something on defense here, cause a turnover, do something to get a defensive board, and turn back on their offense and see if they can put some points on the board.
Myers, he's going to take it right to the hole. There's no stopping that move. It's a good-looking play.
Oh, we're going to get a technical, it looks like.
Technical on Myers.
I'm not exactly sure what he said, but after he made the basket, he turned from the ref and said something. Ref tees him up right away.
Wow, that's a quick tee.
I'm not exactly sure.
You don't see that happen. That was really quick. Usually they'll give the player a warning or something, and I didn't see anything visibly that Myers did. He must have said something.
Now we should point out the fact that Coach Van Haften gets to pick whatever player he wants to put on the line.
Exactly.
They chose Bloom.
Probably
got the best percentage, I'm not sure.
Yes, Aaron Bloom comes in 75% on the line, and Aaron Bloom was the man who, when O.J. Freilich was unable to shoot his free throws after he got fouled at that Dubuque game, Bloom came in and shot O.J.'s free throws for him. And I think OJ's going to come on up here later on in the game, and we'll be talking to him about his situation. A reminder, stay tuned. Halftime as well. An interview with swimming coach Deb Blanchard.
And we'll also probably have another. I think we have another performance by the BV drill team.
And I'm not sure if they are going to during this game, but we will talk to Coach Berry for sure about her win tonight. We got 13:30 to go first half, and Bloomer.
Great fake there by Bloom, getting his defender up in the air. Takes the fake, shoots right around. Nice job by Aaron Bloom.
And a note on that last technical foul on Myers, that the new ruling now, the technical foul is also a player and a team foul, so that could come up big. Right now, Wartburg's got 6 team fouls, and I think that's 2 on Myers. And if Myers picks up his 3rd here in the first half, that could be really big. There's a scramble for the loose ball. Wartburg getting the offensive rebounds right now. Wilson finally comes up with the boards.
Nice job by Jamie Schmalbach taking up the court.
Jamie Wilson is the team's leading rebounder. Brent, averaging over 10 rebounds a game. Just a freshman, Landon Roth, going baseline.
Nice job there by Roth for the easy 2. Right now we got the score 16-13. Wartburg up by 3 with 12:36 to go in the first half.
Cross court pass to Myers. That's his first shot he's missed all night.
Bloom with the great board. Looks like they're going to give this one to Wartburg. Nice job of Bloom, though, finding the Wartburg player for the loose ball, but ended up bouncing off Bloom to out of bounds.
Demlinger checks in for Wilson. The game we did on January 31st against Simpson, I don't think Jamie Wilson had one rest the whole night, so he gets an early breather here. Pass goes inside to Antonio Hitchcock. He's number 35. Hitchcock with a nice shot down low. score is 18-13, so Wartburg still up by 5. Bloom gets hammered underneath.
Nice passer by Matt Jensen inside. On that last basket, we saw Antonio Hitchcock with the hoop. This will put Bloom on the line.
Nate Bjorken has just checked in for Schmalbeck. And Jeff Wilson also checks in for Matt Jansen. Bloomer 1 of 2 from the line on that trip. Here's BJ Suppy. Good trap there on Kloster. Stocks out on top of the key.
Good help there by Bloom.
Stocks for 3. Shane Stocks, the 6-foot junior from Tar Heel, North Carolina, hits that 3-point shot.
Looking inside to Wilson. That's Jeff Wilson. It should be still BB's ball. Okay, that was a kick by Wartburg. They only got 10 seconds left on the shot clock.
Let's see if they recognize it, and Bjorken does. He puts up the 3, no good. Board by Stocks. He gets his ball inside to Hitchcock. He's a powerful inside player.
Nice job there by Roth to get the steal.
Landon Roth doesn't have the numbers, so he'll slow it up. Wilson wide open for 3, just short.
Just short on the 3-point attempt. Once again, BB needs another turnover or a defensive stop here so they can go to the other end of the court.
Supple drives. Shot clock down to 12. Kloster gets the layup for Wartburg. We're at the 10-minute mark. And BB is down by 9. Landon Roth wide open for 3. No good.
Almost got the board there by Wilson.
As you see, Wartburg coach Marty Simmons. BB trying to play that tough physical defense.
I think we're seeing a good defensive stance by both teams right now.
There's Stocks for 3, no good, way off. There's the offensive board. Kevin Archer puts it in.
That was a big offensive rebound there by Wartburg with the putback that puts him up 25-14.
Aaron Bloom from 17, no good, in and out.
Nick Detler to the floor. That brings some fans to their feet.
And Wartburg now pushing the ball. Shot by Supple, no good.
Bloom with the rebound.
Aaron Bloom's got a one-on-one here.
Ooh, you're going to get the charge on that.
They're going to get the charge.
We're going to get the charge in that one.
And Supple was pretty well planted. That was a good call that time.
I think more of the fact, too, that Bloom was just a little bit out of control. If he would have been a little bit more out of control, it might have gone the other way. But he kind of lost the handle of the ball, ran into players, so it all kind of went against him. Crowd not so happy with that call. Either is Coach Van Haften.
Douglas checks back into the game. And 3-point field goals, BB so far 0 for 6, and Wartburg is 3 for 4, so that's on the
there we go.
Right there.
There we go.
Charge draws a foul.
Nice job by the BB defense there to
forces a charge. Nick Dentlinger, the junior from Carroll Kemper. There's pushing inside. That's going to go on Archer. That'll be Wartburg's 8th foul. So
should automatically put BV to the line. I think Nick's walking up there.
BV only has 2 fouls. We have a timeout on the floor. Coach Simmons wants to talk it over with his club, who is leading by 11 points with 8:20 to go first half. Well, Honeykiss Pizza is a proud sponsor of tonight's BV Wartburg basketball doubleheader. Honeykiss Pizza offers delivery to BVU and Storm Lake for your convenience. Call 732-2222 right now, and you could be enjoying a hot, fresh pizza delivered right at your doorstep before halftime. So stop by and pick it up or call and have it delivered. Honeykiss Pizza, the best pizza in town. Right now we're going to go down on the floor to Ryan Harder.
As you know, today is Valentine's Day here at BV and everywhere across the world. But as you might notice, there's not a lot of couples here at the game. And I wondered, why wouldn't you want to spend a romantic evening at the basketball game? And I don't know. So I decided to come up with a reason why you should come to the basketball game with your sweetheart. And I finally figured it out. Nothing says I love you like a bag of buttered popcorn available from the concession stand for only 50 cents. So bring your love to the game and have some popcorn. Back to you.
Ryan Harder. What else can I say?
Creative as ever, I guess you could put. Well, you heard it from Ryan. Come on out. If you're a couple, come on out, enjoy the basketball game. You'll get a bag of popcorn, and I guess nothing says loving like popcorn.
Ryan always has an interesting take on things.
Nick Detlinger on the line.
Myers with the board. For free throw shooting so far, BB has been able to get to the line. Right now they're 6 for 10, shooting 60%. Wartburg has not yet shot any foul shots.
Brian Myers tough on the inside for Wartburg. Got the travel right there on Wartburg. Turnover, BV ball. Neither team really in the press. You don't see the full court press too much in the men's game. I see it a lot in the women's game. You don't see it so much in the men's game. Not exactly sure why. I think it would be just as effective, but a lot of teams decide not to do it.
Nate Bjorken at point guard. Jamie Wilson's out checked back into the game.
Looks like Wilson's got some position inside. They're just not giving it to him. Cross-court pass.
Wartburg is at 2-3. There's Douglas, so BB's now 0 for 7 from three-point land. Wilson gets tangled up with Myers, and that might be a matchup we have to watch. Those two going after it, very intense. Myers on top. He's got a quick first step, so Wilson will have to be careful.
Nice job by Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson's going to have to be careful when Myers goes out top. Even though he's a post player, he's got a really quick first step, so Wilson might have to give him another offensive board by Wartburg. Getting a lot of second chance opportunities. Myers, that's a tough shot.
Right now we got 27-14 Wartburg with a little over 7 minutes to go in the first half. BB now needs to get it done on the offensive end.
Nate Bjorken is an 18-foot shot.
That's what they needed. They needed some sort of, they have I don't know what the run is, but it's probably about a 10-0 run Wartburg here in the last couple minutes. Wartburg looking to get inside.
Klosser's got it inside now. Wilson's guarding him. Klosser turned around, got it. So the lead now up to 11 with 6:24 to go first half. And BB's going to have to come up with a run here if they want to be in position in the second half. There's Douglas drive baseline. Jamie Wilson, 15-footer, no good.
Oh, gets it to go.
And Coach Simmons is right there, and Simmons thought it went off the top of the backboard, but the referee's right on the call. No, it didn't.
If it did go off the back, I think it would be an out of bounds. I think it would be for the other team, but they said it went off the top edge of the hoop, BB basket.
That's what you call a friendly roll.
That should make a couple highlight reels somewhere.
BJ Supple driving into the lane. So BB's going to have to find somebody to knock down that 2-point shot. And that will go a long way if Odie can hit more of those. That's the first three-pointer of the game on 8 attempts. So right away here in the first half, we're seeing BV struggling with their outside shooting with their starting shooting guard, O.J. Freilich, injured.
Brad Douglas all is lonesome out there by himself, gets that open three-point shot and cans it. I think now we need to, they pulled it down within 10 and really need to do something here on defense. I'm not sure which one they're going to give the foul to.
I think it's going to be on Jeff Wilson. That'll be his first foul, only the team's third. So.
We got Nick Denlinger, Aaron Bloom, and Brian Schmalbach all coming back in. Wilson, Bjork, and Roth, I think, are the 3 players to leave.
Just saw assistant coach Trent Becker talking things over with Coach Van Haften. Coach Van Haften in his first year doing an excellent job guiding this team to a 14-4 record and first place at 8-1 in the conference after last season. One-year coach Tim placed in the middle of the conference. Of course, we lost Jason Evers and Mark Fieldmeyer to graduation. This team's still pretty young. The only senior that will graduate is Douglas.
And Jamie Wilson will graduate as a senior.
Jamie Wilson has 1 year of eligibility left, though, so he will be back next year.
And then they start 3 juniors, so it should be a solid core yet still next year. Also, we see Roth seeing some playing time as a freshman, and Matt Jensen, I think, is the sophomore, so they're seeing some playing time. So they're building a good nucleus for a solid team for years to come.
We'll be shooting 2 free throws here on this end. Actually, 1 and 1. It'll be Jamie Wilson.
We can see a huge difference right now in the fouls. Wartburg having 10 team fouls, BB only having 3. That shows good discipline on the BB defense. Not to commit the foul, to keep a good defensive position, and this allows BB to go to the line with Wartburg having 10 team fouls.
Jamie Wilson. That was ugly. Well, be sure to tune in to Innovation Video to watch the only live newscast produced in Storm Lake. That's right, Innovation News is back for the second semester as it resumes Tuesday, February 18th at 6:30. Innovation News is a 20-minute broadcast of the local news, national news, weather, and sports. The newscasts air live at 6:30 p.m. on Tuesdays and Thursdays only on Innovation Video Cable Channel 3. Innovation Video is your source for the best coverage of news events in Storm Lake and at BVU. Wilson.
Jamie Wilson with that last free throw pulled the score to 33-22 Wartburg. I think they're going to get him on the foul on this one, though.
Yeah, he wanted the block, but he got a lot of hand as well, so that will send Stocks to the line.
A lot of times the rumor here that refs listen to the slapping of the hand. If they can hear any skin slapping, then right away they know it's a foul. So I'm sure the refs heard a little extra noise down there and called it on Jamie Wilson.
Second shot good for Stocks.
Wartburg showing just a little pressure there, nothing major.
That 2-3 zone, and Myers is in the middle.
Brad Douglas looking towards the hoop.
Wilson far baseline. He's got to get rid of it. And he throws it away. Here comes Wartburg. Trying to take some time off the clock here.
Wartburg being real patient. There's still 4 minutes left in the first half. Usually don't see most teams do this until the last 1 or 2 minutes of the half.
Almost going to a stalling game, like you said, as if there was only a minute left in the half.
But it was kind of like a spread offense, where they spread the 4 guys along the baseline.
We're going to get a blocking foul on Aaron Bloom, I believe.
That's the last thing Coach Van Haften wanted, was that foul, especially with that spread offense. Usually you can just let the team go ahead and shoot and try to get the rebound. Timeout's going to be called here.
With 3:50 to go first half, BB's down by 13. The score is 35-22. Brent, let's go back and take a look at our keys to victory that we had on the outset. Well, first of all, I guess we're going to take a short message and we'll be back with those. You're watching Innovation Video Sports.
Someone once...
All right, welcome back to action. Wartburg's going to inbounds. 3:50 to go first half.
Schmalbach playing good defense.
Trying to get the ball inside to Myers, who's been really effective. He's in double figures already. Odie comes up with the steal. He's got... they call a charge. No way. That's a bad call. That's a blatantly bad call. And Coach Van Haften is really upset on the sidelines. And they call it technical on Van Haften. They call it. This is getting out of hand here. And I don't get upset at the refs too often. Coach Van Haften he's wondering what's going on. And this could get ugly here at the field house.
That's that same ref that called the quick technical on the Wartburg player. He's a technical happy.
And there was no way that was a charge on Douglas. The Wartburg player did not have positioning at all. That's terrible. You don't deserve that kind of refereeing at home in the Iowa Conference. So the shooter for Wartburg is going to be Kloster. That's a couple of the worst calls I've seen in a long time.
I think it's easy to tell the crowd is very upset about the official calling. I think a lot of players are too. I guess sometimes you look to get maybe some of the benefits of the doubt being at home, but it doesn't always work that way.
So we'll see now. It's now a 15-point lead in Wartburg inbounds, and so Wartburg has a chance to break this game wide open here with 3:30 to go in the first half. This could be a very pivotal call in the course of the game. We'll have to look back at the second half and see how this affected the Beavers. Of course, it could spark them too. And there's another no call. There's Supple, a block by Wilson. Jamie Wilson comes over the block, and here come the Beavers. Schmally dishes to Nick, and if he gets this, it could be big, but misses.
Aaron Bloom with the rebound. We see a very emotional BV team right now.
And the crowd has gotten into it. The fans are
nice pass to
really
Bloom.
This game. Bloom hits the deck really hard. Jansen down low. He's double teamed. He's got to get rid of it.
Good patience there.
Jansen no good. The shots just aren't falling here for BV, although we're getting the offensive boards. Schmally for three. Schmalbach from way downtown. And that cuts the lead to 12. We're at 2:28 to go in the half, and the fans are standing on their feet.
Right now, BV needs another stop.
Tough pressure D by Jansen on Kloster. There's a charge. Aaron Bloom takes the charge on Rich Kloster. And that's going to put Bloom on the line shooting two. Player control fouls. They do not count as that, but the next foul, BV will be shooting two as they are now in the double bonus.
Seeing a lot of motion right now in the court, a lot of motion coming from the fans.
Ever since that missed call on Douglas, the crowd has really stepped up into this game. And that could work to BV's advantage, too. They were kind of playing lackadaisical. That might help to wake them up. We'll have to see how it goes. Jansen inside, he gets the lay-in. So it's now a 10-point game. And Coach Simmons wants to talk it over. He wants to take a 20-second timeout.
A lot of times, like we're talking about, that technical foul could really make the difference in the game. Right now, we see that BV really got pumped up after that technical foul and pulled it within 10.
Well, let's take a look back and see how the keys to victory are affecting both teams right now. For BV, we said they had to have lots of pressure defense. Well, other than the fact that Myers has got 12 points, they've been doing a fairly decent job of that. And then we also said the OJ factor. Would BV be able to hit their shots, their open shots, well, without OJ Freilich? And
I think we're seeing it.
Really, that hasn't been happening.
It hasn't been happening as well as we probably like. Brad Douglas has stepped it up, made some shots. Nick has missed a couple. As soon as he steps it up, I think that the team will be okay. We saw Schmal back there with the three a couple of minutes ago. So.
Then on the other side, we said Brian Myers and Rich Kloster were big keys for Wartburg, and definitely Myers has got 12 points here in the first half. And Wartburg throws it away, so BV gets the ball back with a chance to cut it to single digits.
sure this was Van Haften exactly looking forward to going into half. They got to get this lead down underneath 10. They got to be able to have a chance to come out in the second half and get the victory. BB has to be patient here, though. You want to come back so bad, so fast that you'll just about take any shot.
Wilson's wide open on the near baseline. He hits the shot and cuts the lead to 8. The closest BB's been in a few minutes. And they call the charge. Excellent defense again by Bloom and Dellinger that time, as they trapped BJ Supple. And you can feel the momentum starting to switch over to BB.
Right now, BB can pull it down to within 6 points. What a huge turnaround since that technical foul.
Oh, you called it, Brent. They're going to call a foul away from the ball, and this one's on Supple. So things are starting to go BB's way now in the last few minutes.
Let's hope that Schmalbach can put both these in and cut that lead down to 6.
Schmalbach hits the first free throw. Brian is a 62% shooter on the season. Second one, no good. She gets his own rebound. Pass to Dentlinger, who is fouled. Nick will be on the line, shooting 2. A chance to cut the lead to 5. 1 minute, 1 second remaining, first half. A reminder, stay tuned for our halftime show. We will be having an interview with the swing coach, Dev Blanchard. Nick is on the line. Right now, we're going to go down to Ryan Harder, who's on the floor. Ryan.
The general consensus to the technical foul earlier in the half was, what was that? But tell you what, it got the crowd pumped, and now they are on their feet every time the Beavers do well. And I tell you what, down here it is spreading to the Beavers. They are pumped, they are on fire, and tell you, much to the dismay of Coach Marty Simmons, whose ulcer has to be getting bigger every minute if he has one. And just tell you what, there is energy all over. It is Siebens magic. So back to you, Scott.
Okay, Ryan, and you said it. Siebens magic is starting to take hold as the crowd is getting into it. And the BB's showing some full court pressure now, Brent, after the made free throws by Dentlinger.
Something we talked about early in the half that a lot of teams didn't do. Now BB proves it wrong. I think what he's trying to do is Van Haften's trying to get another quick turnover and a quick basket before the half's over.
And Hitchcock checks into the game, and right away he's able to hit the layup. Hitchcock is a very physical and aggressive player.
Right now that extends the lead back for Wartburg, 39-31 with 33 seconds left in the first half.
The shot clock is showing 22, so it's about a 10-second differential. BB's going to have to get it off. And there's Jansen inside, working on Hitchcock. Man, Jansen's so tough down low. Even though he's not that tall, only 6'4", he's able to, he plays bigger than his size. 15 seconds to go, shot clock is off, and Wartburg will hold for 1 here. So, your point guard is Eric Book. There's a shot by Stocks, and Stocks hits a huge shot to end the half. And that was a big, big shot as BB had the momentum, and then Stocks hit that one to kind of negate that. So both teams will head into the locker room here. The Beavers hold a 42-30, Wartburg up 42-33, 9-point lead. We'll be back after these messages. You're watching Innovation Video Sports.
Winning numbers 9. You are 100% unadulterated energy. You have no choice but movement. You aren't acted on. You are action. You have the power to make the world a better place. You already know how to do it. Volunteer now for the American Red Cross. Call your local chapter for details.
20 kids. For 1 hour a week, you leave your concrete world of flip phones and faxes and talk to 20 kids about how business works. They will question everything. But those 20 kids will talk to 20 more. So by Saturday, what you said on Thursday could be halfway around their world. You get to make a difference. could just make the rest of your week pretty dull. That's the new JA, teaching kids how business works.
I hang out with a pretty trashy circle. The circle that helps this circle by recycling trash. We sort glass, plastic, separate cans, stack newspapers, and magazines. Now, thanks to us, there are lots of products made from things we've already recycled. This cereal box wants your Sunday paper. These paper clips, in a more daring life, a 56 convertible. The circle works like this. It starts when we recycle trash at home and at work. It's completed when we buy products made from or packaged in recycled materials. How do you know the difference? Check the label for something called post-consumer recycled content. It looks like this. Make a mental note. Then buy the highest percentage of it you can find. You'll save a tree, you'll save energy, and in your own way, you'll help save the world. Complete the circle.
Call 1-800-CALL-EDF for your free Buy Recycled shopping guide. 1-800-CALL-EDF.
Welcome back, everybody, to Siebens Fieldhouse. Right now, we got the score 42-33 with Wartburg on the lead. Right now, we're going to have a halftime interview with Coach Barry. We got Scott down on the sidelines talking with her. We'll take it down to Scott.
Okay, welcome back to halftime. I'm talking with Coach Barry. Coach, first of all, congratulations on your 74-58 victory over the Wartburg Knights. And it was a good game. First 10 minutes were pretty close. I think about a 5-point lead first 10 minutes. Then your team was able to gradually pull away. And both teams were able to go to their bench tonight. Wartburg had played every player except for one, I think. And first of all, you had two players in double figures. Brazda and Bowman both had 17 for you.
I thought Keely Bowman was really the key for us tonight. Offensively, she got more points than she had been getting for a while. And just really in the first half when we needed a score, she took that upon herself and just handled the ball, never let their pressure bother us. And I really felt she was our glue tonight. And Brazda got some big buckets when we needed it. But, you know, I was a little concerned at halftime. We had 3 of our post players with 3 fouls. And I really challenged them coming in at halftime to not pick up that fourth with 10 minutes to go, and we really did a good job with that and hung in there for a long time and kept our post players in the game.
That's right, and both Breifogel and Brazda had well, actually, Breifogel fouled out. Brazda had 4 fouls. Now, tomorrow night, you're not going to have the luxury of having those 2 centers because Teresa Breifogel will be attending a wedding.
Yeah, Tara really owes Teresa. She's giving up a big game tomorrow night, but that, you know, that's part of life, and she needs to be there for her friend tomorrow night. But I'm really concerned defensively. Teresa gave us, you know, her stats weren't all that great, but she gave some great minutes defensively tonight and just really did a good job at number 44, Nettleton, and never let her get going. And that concerns me, to miss her on defense. We offensively, Brazda can handle, no problem, but I'm going to really challenge Michelle to stay out of foul trouble. Before the game tonight, we said her goal was only 2 fouls, and she ended up with 4. So Jessie Wagner, though, came in tonight. We got her some minutes because she's going to have to play tomorrow night, so that was good to see. And I just felt this was a great team effort for us. Wartburg played a lot of people, but we did too, and some real key times. Abby Rowe gets a key steal. Ashley Reynolds hits a couple key buckets.
Ashley Reynolds, I thought, did a very good job in the first half. She had like 2 or 3 three-pointers in about a 3-minute span that helped you pull away. Yeah,
Ashley was perfect. She was 4 for 4 for the field tonight, and you know, again, just when we went back to our press in the last 10 minutes of the game to just slow them down, eat some clock up, and I thought we did a good job, get some steals out of there, create some turnovers. Only, you know, they got to the free throw line too many times, but I really felt like we never got a call to go our way tonight. And to overcome that, and our kids were really frustrated at halftime because it felt like, you know, just weren't getting the calls our way. And I said, hey, we got to go create our own and worry about ourselves. And we came out in the first 5 minutes and never looked back, and that makes me very happy.
Well, Coach, congratulations. You now move to 7-2 in the conference, second place, and that game had pretty big playoff implications as you're rated 3rd in the region. What do you think of the men's game here? We're down by 9 at halftime, which we haven't seen yet a whole lot this year to a Wartburg team.
I think the men are going to come out and be okay. They missed some shots early, and they're going to hit those in the second half. But I give Wartburg credit; they've done a good job running their offense, and you know it's been a good game so far. But I think the Beavers will come back in the second half.
Okay, Coach, once again, congratulations on your victory, and good luck tomorrow as you travel to Upper Iowa against the Peacocks. Right now, we'll take this short break, and we'll be back with the second half of the men's game. Hello, everybody, and hope you're enjoying this weekend's basketball doubleheader against Wartburg. And right now, we'll give a swimming recap of the season. We have Coach Deb Blanchard with us this evening, and Coach, season ended last weekend at the meet in Eureka, Illinois. Why don't you give us a quick recap of that?
Okay, we do travel over to Eureka, and that is a long trip. It's a good meet to end on, though, because there are a lot of schools there that, one, we don't compete against all year, and two, they have smaller numbers on their swim team that similar to what we have. The Luthers and the Grinnells that have, 30, 40, 50 people on their team, it's kind of disheartening when we have as small a team as we do. But that way it gives us a chance to swim against other schools. There's a lot of teams that come out of Chicago and the Illinois area. There was one that came up from Missouri. So it's just totally different competition than what we have all throughout the year. We did have one more school record set at that meet, and Elisa Santage finished first in the 100 backstroke and the 200 backstroke. She did break her own school record that she set earlier this year in the 100 back. So she has 2 new school records. Also, she's a freshman from Boone, and also freshman Erica Van Metren, who is from Sioux Center, has 2 school records, one in the 100 butterfly and one in the 400 IM. And that 400 IM race is a grueling one, I'll tell you. It's a killer. Also, as far as school records this year, the boys set a record way back in the first weekend in December in the 800 free relay, and that was the 3 boys that are juniors, Blake Franzine, Eric Scott, who is a co-captain this year, and Jason Craffle, and then also freshman Ross Fisher. So total this year we had 5 school records. As far as team points go, quite often in the duels and the invitationals we didn't finish real high, but I'm really proud of the kids, and the kids can be happy with their times because their times got better. We had a lot of personal bests. Obviously we had school records, so as long as we can keep bringing the times down and they swim better, it'd be great to win some of those meets, but point-wise we need a few more bodies, and obviously that's where you get out and get some recruiting done. And I was just telling you earlier, I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling here in the next 2 or 3 weeks to various states, and kids that are looking at BV and been down and visited, and sometimes if you can get back to their home pools and watch them swim, that's what can get them here. So I'm going to be zooming all around in the next couple weeks.
So as we look ahead to next year then, you're going to lose 3 seniors.
Right.
Your co-captain, Joanna Day, for your women. And then
John Anna is a 4-year letterman. And also we'll lose Tony Lovejoy, who did swim for 3 years. Tony won't graduate until December next year, but he will be helping with the football program in the fall, and he has opted not to try and swim up until Christmas when he does graduate. And then also Jill Arps, who is a first-year swimmer this year. She was swimming laps in the pool early in the morning at 6:30. Every morning we're open. And she said, I really hate getting up at this time. And so one of the kids said, well, why don't you swim with us at 3? And so she came out, and we taught her the things she needed to know as far as turns and strokes. And she swam a whole season as a first year, never been in a competitive team before. So, we do take all kids and can come to high school kids that have swam all the way through in USS, which is United States Swimming, to walk-on lifeguards. But basically, we build around that core group that has been on a swim team and has experience before.
Okay, and quickly, you also mentioned next year you might switch the schedule around a little bit. This year you started practicing in late September,
yes.
And your season drags all the way to almost the middle of February.
Right.
And next year you were talking about maybe not starting so early.
Well, the first meet that we swam in this year was the last weekend in October, so we started right at the end of September, and when you think about it, we get done mid-February. That's a long season. Towards the end here, it was pretty tough to come up with different workouts to make everybody be inspired to want to swim one more day. I think we'll go back to the schedule that we've had in the past, where the first meet is not until, I believe it's like the weekend before Thanksgiving in November. And then hopefully next year we'll be able to add a couple here at the end where we could go maybe 1 or 2 more weeks. This year, weather just blew us out of the water. We had 12 meets scheduled, and 3 of them were snowed out with no chances to redo them. Everybody's pool time is pretty valuable, and it just did not work to reschedule any of these meets. So basically, we lost a fourth of our season to snow this year, but that is just the way things go in Iowa. And
that's Mother Nature for you.
That's right.
Okay, well, Coach, I guess congratulations on another swimming season, and
thank you.
Good luck as you look ahead to next year, and hopefully you can get some more numbers out there next year.
Well, we're looking for them, and hopefully, sometimes I'm surprised at the kids that are on campus that say, "Oh yeah, I used to be on a swim team," and I'm like, "You guys could come swim for us. It'll work. We can help you with it." So, thanks for your help all year.
You bet. Thanks a lot, Coach, for stopping by. Okay, everybody, welcome back. We're at halftime of the men's game. As you see, President Moore and his son, and the score is 42-33. Right now, we're going to take a look and go to the first half highlights. And BB got off to like a 5-2 lead, but then Wartburg went on a 14-1 run at the start of the second half, and it was basically the scoring of Myers. Myers had
nice job there by Bloom with the putback. Wilson puts it back up, gets fouled, so gets to go to the free throw line on that one. Schmall back here with the ball.
There's Douglas for 3.
Good board there by Detlinger.
Detlinger, I think, went to the line there.
Big technical foul right here. This is against the Brian Myers.
Yeah, there's 2 technicals in the first half. One on Myers, one on Van Haften. So one more.
Bloom with a great fake.
On either of those, and they'll be out of the game.
And they'll be out of the game. Bloom with a great fake. Got a baseline by
There's a Landon Roth, who's got some considerable playing time filling in for Freilich.
Oh, great pass by Jensen. Great pass to Bloom.
A nice cut by Bloom. Aaron Bloom running the open
That's
floor.
The big play right there. That started it all with that Bloom
call.
Charge. That got everything going. Tanglement here between Wilson and another player.
And there's Bjorken with the shot, who came in for Schmally.
Douglas on the drive. Good ball rotation there. Good ball rotation, getting the ball out there.
And that's where we stand at halftime, 42-33. Let's go ahead and take a look at those first half stats.
I think the big stat that jumps out at me is 2 for 11 from the three-point line. We got to definitely improve that.
And again, that was one of the keys to victory. We thought, could we still shoot the outside shot without Freilich? And so far, the answer is no. And
now look to some of the other stats.
The fouling Wartburg did put us on the line in the first half, and that's what helped keep us in the game.
Big difference you can see with fouls here. 12 on Wartburg. That's how come we got to the free throw line 9 times compared to Wartburg 6.
You bet. So we'll take a look at the leading scorers for both teams. For Wartburg, Brian Myers, 14 points in the first half. He leads everybody. 6 for 8 from the field, 1 for 2 from the line. So great job by Myers. And then also we mentioned at the top of the show, Rich Kloster was also a big cog in their attack. And Kloster was 3 for 5 from the field and 8 points on the night.
We'll take a quick look at the men's, BB men's. We got Jamie Wilson at 7 points and Matt Jensen at 6. And Brian Schmalback with both 6. Matt Jensen had some big putbacks and offensive rebounds.
All right, in both teams, we'll take a look at both teams shooting. Field goal percentage, Wartburg shooting 65% in the first half, and BB shooting 42%, so there's a big shooting disparity.
Right now we're going to go down to Ryan Harder with a field report. He's going to have another exciting edition of Ryan Harder Field Report.
I talked to Coach Van Haften and asked him what he told his team at halftime. He told his team to keep up the intensity that they were playing at the last 4 minutes of the half, where there is all the electricity in this gym. He told them to keep up that playing intensity, and he told them that overconfidence could really be a problem, and when you're number 1 in the conference, that of course the teams are going to be gunning for you and looking to bump you off, which is essentially what Wartburg is looking to do tonight. So told them keep up the intensity they had, and hopefully they should be able to pull out a win tonight. Back to you, Scott.
Okay, thanks a lot, Ryan. Talking to Coach Van Haften. And Coach, he wants to keep that intensity up. As I go back to that, let's go back to that call. It was about 3:50 to go, first half. Aaron Bloom was driving on a breakaway, and it was apparent. It was called a charge. It was an apparent blocking foul. I was talking to Coach Barry down there before the interview I did with her, and she thought that it actually wasn't that bad of a call. She said it could have went either way. It was probably a good no call. But that's what Coach Barry thought of it.
But everything got riled up, though. Was it technical on Bloom? Did we ever decide it was on Bloom or
no,
was it
the
Van
technical
Haften?
was on Van Haften.
Was it? I think that's really what got it sparked. Van Haften was a little upset with the call, to say the least. And I think he came onto the court, and you're not, as a coach, allowed to come out and step on the court. That can be an automatic tee or an instant tee. And so that really fired up the crowd and really, like you said, gave live electricity the rest of the first half.
So that's the stage here in the second half. And we always say the first 5 minutes of the second half is the key to the game, so we'll see how that turns out here. Wartburg goes right back to their main man, Myers, and who can blame him? Myers goes right back to the free throw line.
Myers did a nice job of getting 3 BV defenders in the air. What he did is he pumped it, they jumped up in the air, and then he got the foul even though he missed the basket.
Myers, a 6'6" senior from Tucson, Arizona.
That's some good recruiting to get someone in from Tucson, Arizona.
And they also have Antonio Hitchcock. He's from Detroit, Michigan. They have Shane Stocks. He starts. He's from North Carolina. They have a player from Chicago, Illinois. So Wartburg does some
heavy recruiting.
There's Schmalbeck for 3. And BB's still looking to find that person who can hit that outside shot without Freilich in there. Myers ahead of everybody for that dunk. Wow. And the BB fans even appreciate that one. That's impressive.
BB needs to get somebody on that weak side rebound right there. Jamie Wilson was blocked off on the possession before that. Wasn't allowed to get the rebound. And saw Brad Douglas going there with the wild shot.
Nice block by Matt Wheeler. That's the first time we've seen Wheeler in there.
Good job by Schmalbeck to cause some problems on that play. Douglas with the...
Oh, they're going to call jump ball. Possession arrow points toward the Beavers.
Good hustle there by Brad Douglas. Right now we got 46-33 right now. Wartburg with a 13-point lead. 18:55 to go in the second half.
Schmalbeck calling out to play. Wartburg will stay in that 2-3 zone with Myers in the middle.
BB still staying real patient on offense, looking for the open shot.
There's Schmal. This is his second 3 of the half, and no good on both. Board is controlled by Wheeler.
A lot of pushing going on the inside there, just like the women's game.
Scramble for the ball. Schmalbeck comes up with it. BB's got it 2-on-3, and Schmalbeck ahead of everybody.
Great move by Schmalbeck. Kind of changed his position in midair there and made the hoop. Nice job.
There you take a look at Schmalbeck's speed. He can really move the ball as point guard. So BB's within 11 now.
Oh, I think we're going to get a travel on that one.
Now they're going to get the foul.
No, we're going to get the foul.
Floor first. It's going to go on Wilson, I believe.
Jamie Wilson probably picking up his, I think it's his 3rd.
That's the first team foul of the half. It is his 3rd foul. It's going to go on Aaron Bloom, and that's Bloom's 3rd.
That's Bloom's 3rd, hopefully.
Kloster, and he gets the ball stripped by Dentlinger.
Nice job by Dentlinger to strip the ball.
There's a bunch of fans enjoying the game. Hi, guys. Dentlinger fakes a 3. Now Bloom will take it. Aaron Bloom, and he's the guy that you'd think could get BB off the 3-point schneid, but everybody's been off today. It's kind of contagious.
BB still unable to get that weak side board. He saw 2 BB players over there, but the Wartburg player got in there and got the board. I think we need to see Dentlinger, Schmalbeck, and Bloom all 3 light it up from the 3-point range to get BB back in this game.
There's an air ball by Wheeler.
Crowd having some fun with that air ball.
Douglas for 3. He's off.
We are just stone cold right now. We couldn't buy a basket.
Our 3 3-point field goal percentage in the first half, Brent, was 18%, and it's even worse here in the second half as we've gone ice cold.
Coaches don't like it when it goes under 30, 40%, let alone down to 18.
Good defense inside that makes Kloster push it back out.
Speaking of baskets, Wartburg hasn't put one in lately either, so I don't know.
Credit that to the BV defense, though.
Douglas trying to get in.
Douglas still can't get it to go. Bloom gets a long rebound. We're getting the open looks at the basket, just not able to put the ball in.
Oh, we're getting some great shots. We're getting some really good looks. It's just that the ball's not falling.
On any other ordinary night, you would expect this game to be, BV would have a small lead, but not tonight. Oh, nice block by Myers. Wow.
Nice job there by Nick to get in there. I think we're going to give that one to BV. Good job.
Yep, good call by the referees.
Good call. A lot of hustle out there by both teams. Right now, we should run down the conference standings again. We got Buena Vista at 8-1 on top of the conference. William Penn is in second at 6-3. Simpson is third, 7-4. Upper Iowa's at 6-4. Central 5-4. Wartburg's at 5-6. So actually in fourth place is Wartburg. And then round out the conference, it goes Loras, Luther, and Dubuque.
So that would be a huge upset, at least on paper tonight, if a Wartburg team who's 5-6 in the conference upsets conference-leading BV. They call a foul on Schmalbeck, and that's not a very popular call here in Storm Lake, as you can imagine. For Schmalbeck, that might be 3 fouls on him.
BV's got to be careful. We're starting to get maybe a little foul trouble.
Nate Bjorken checks in. Also Landon Roth in, and Matt Jansen as well. So it's only 2 starters left.
I think we're going to get the call there.
Foul on Nate. We've got 4 fouls already here in the first half. Or second half, excuse me.
I think Van Haften's trying to get some sort of combination on the floor that can get some scoring.
Somebody that can shoot the ball in the basket, I think.
We got to get it in the hoop, and so right now we got to do that. And they also got to get the rebounds. Right now, I really think that rebounds are killing us because we're not getting any second chances on the offensive board, and we're allowing, on the same end, we're allowing Wartburg too many chances on the offensive end. So,
here's Kloster. Myers inside, and he faked out Wilson. Myers has got 18 points in the ball game so far.
BV looking inside. Myers is doing a pretty good job of cutting all the inside passes off. So we're going to have to somehow break that open.
BV trying to get some kind of rhythm going on the offensive end, but really struggling right now at this point.
And like we said, their offense is working. They're getting open shots, so they're just not falling.
Bjorken will try it, and he's way off.
Oh, nice job by Wilson right there. Offensive board.
Jansen from 15, he's no good. Roth with the rebound. Let's see if we can put in a layup.
There we go. 2 offensive boards in 1 possession. Nice job by BV.
The freshman, Landon Roth, cuts the lead to 11 points. That's what it was at the halftime. So as the first 5 minutes of the second half showed, the lead didn't change. BV's going to get it back on the turnover.
Right there we see Wartburg up 48-37. Still plenty of time in the second half to go. 14 minutes, a little over 14 minutes to go in the second half, so BV can mount a rally.
Jansen at the low post.
Nice move by Jansen.
Kicks it out to Roth. Roth tries to get something back into Jansen with the hook, no good, and Kloster with the rebound.
Oh, nice job. Oh, Jansen almost with the steal on that try. It's going to stay here on this end, though. Wartburg ball.
In the second half, BV is 0 for 6 from downtown.
Ooh, that's a tough stat to swallow.
And usually this is a very, this club shoots very well. In fact, in the conference right now in 3-point field goal percentage, BV is hitting 37% of their shots, which is very good.
There we go.
Roth comes out the boards. 13:20 to go, second half. Bjorken from 18, no good. He's been short all day. Nate comes up with a steal. Here comes BV on a bit of a fast break.
Didn't quite have the numbers on that one.
We'll set up the offense.
Good
Wilson, oh, nice backdoor cut by Bjorken, but Wilson couldn't get it to him.
Wartburg very content here to let the time run down. No hurry to take a shot.
It's BJ Supple just dribbling the ball here. Shot clock down to 12.
We'd have to assume here that Wartburg's plan here in the second half is to run the clock. They've done it pretty much in every possession. They at least run it down at least the 15-second mark and try to slow the pace of the game down.
And Nick Dentlinger checks back into the game. He's a guy that could get some outside shooting, but he's been cold today as well. In the first half, Dentlinger was 0 for 4 from the field for field goals. Landon Roth going on the far baseline. There's Dentlinger for 3, no good, too hard. 0 for 7 in the second half from the three-point line.
I think that makes us 2 for 18 from the three-point line.
Here's a stat for you. There's been 9 points scored so far in the first 8 minutes of this half. Wartburg's got 5, BB's got 4. So not much is, both of the defenses right now are kind of taking over the game. Nick Dentlinger takes it right away.
I think we're going to see a foul right there on Wartburg. BJ Supple going to get that foul.
And right now, Brent, if you're Coach Van Haften, you got to be thinking to yourself, we've held Wartburg to 5 points here in the first 9 minutes of the second half. We're doing exactly what I told them to do in the locker room. Come out, play aggressive defense.
You'd think you'd be the happiest coach right now in the face of theirs.
And the deal is we're just not making our shots. And there's not much you can do. We're getting the open looks at the basket. Maybe we might need to pound the ball inside a little bit more and get easier
get a little bit closer shots. I don't know what the solution is right now. They're running their offense perfect. They're all spreading out.
Dentlinger will take his second 3 of the half, and there he hits it. Finally, BB is able to hit a three-pointer here in the second half. We're now 1 for 8 from beyond the arc, and that gets the crowd up into it. It cuts the lead to 8 points.
There we go. We got the crowd standing up now.
There's Myers, and he knows how to. Every time BB has came back, Brian Myers has answered the challenge. He's got 20 points, and I think Myers is the best player I've seen BB play so far this year. He is a quality player. Dentlinger for 3. He's got 2 from downtown. If you're BB, you got to get in the ball right now. He's heating up. And when Dentlinger heats up, he's unstoppable. Steal by Dentlinger. We have a 2-on-1. Roth and Dentlinger. Nick's going to go for the left, and he's got it.
I think we're going to see a timeout here pretty soon. I'd be surprised if the Wartburg coach didn't call a timeout.
Coach Simmons says, let's go, guys. Let's play. The lead is cut to 5. With 10:28 to go in regulation, BB has cut the Wartburg lead to 5.
You couldn't ask for a better scenario now here in the second half. BB really making a run here. We were just before you talked about how they only scored 5 and 4 points respectively. Now we see all of a sudden an onslaught of points. And right now we see the score 50-45. Buena Vista within 5 points, over 10 minutes to play.
There's a run that we were waiting for all game long, basically. From the outset of this game, Wartburg went on that 14-0 run, and they led by as many as 17 points in this game. And BB just kind of kept cutting down the lead, and finally here they go on a run. And let's go down to Ryan Harder on the floor.
Like I said before, Coach Van Haften told his team at halftime that they needed to keep up the intensity they had. It looks like they lost it for about 9 minutes, but with those 2 3-pointers, that intensity is back, and the crowd's on their feet, and it looks like the Beavers are ready to possibly take the lead of the game. And that might seem obvious to you here, but there you go. Back to you, Scott.
Okay, Ryan, and BB just came up with a steal, a chance to cut the lead to 1 possession. We're at the halfway points in the second half. Bjorken finds Douglas behind the 3-point line. There's Dentlinger. He's got the hot hand. Gives it to Douglas. For three, no good. The rebound, and Dentlinger is fouled.
Nick is putting on a one-man show right here. He's got 2 3-pointers, a turnover, gets fouled on that attempted rebound. Nice job by Dentlinger. Here we go. BB going to try to get a cheap basket.
Let's see what play we set up here on the inbounds. Some substitutions coming in for Wartburg. Jeff Wilson into the game for the Beavers.
Looking for Nick on the outside.
That may have been a setup play, trying to get Nick off a 3-point shot.
Too bad he couldn't handle that pass a little bit better. They're going to be patient, though, see if they can get it back out to Nick or get it inside to Jeff. Got 20 seconds still left on the shot clock.
Trying to work the ball inside. Douglas on the drive. Brad Douglas finds the opening with a left-handed drive.
50-47 right now. BV down only by 3 points.
So far, second half scoring, Wartburg has 7 and Nick Dentlinger has 8. The crowd is into it here. Tough D by the Beavers, and they force another turnover.
Unbelievable turnaround we're seeing here in the Siebens Fieldhouse. Maybe a little of that Siebens magic we're talking about.
Timeout, and listen to this crowd.
Unbelievable here. Just unbelievable by the BV Beavers. Not only by 3 points, so ball's on their side. Coach Van Haften has to be beyond pleased. I think what we're talking about right as the second half started is like they had to get their 3-point shooting going. They started off slow. They were, what, 0 for 6, did you say there at one point in the second half? All of a sudden you see Nick make a couple threes, a couple steals. Wow, what a turnaround.
And so 3-point game, 9 minutes to go. We're right back in it, Brent.
Oh, man.
What Coach Van Haften is probably saying in his huddle right now is, all right, we've got the momentum back on our sides. Let's keep playing that tough pressure defense that let us get back into the game here.
I think they also got to be thinking, to switch gears a little bit, if they really want to win the conference, they got to win this game at home. We're talking about how you got to win your games at home.
You have to protect your home
court. And you
court.
don't want to go to that second loss if they don't need to, and it's a really huge game. This could really boost them, up to 9-1 in the conference.
More importantly than that, Brent, this would be a huge confidence builder. Without our super shooter, O.J. Freilich, if we were to lose this game, that might put some doubt in the players' minds as to whether or not they can be as successful without Freilich in there. So this game is really important for a couple of reasons.
Well, BB's made some nice adjustments without Freilich. They did. Brad Douglas has come in, Ross come in and played some. We've seen Jeff Wilson for the first time in a while. He's added some good minutes. That's all right. You can't win all the time.
Foster with it. And they're going to let him shoot the 3, and no good. Roth at the board. So BB's got a fresh 35. Dentlinger from way downtown. He's feeling it.
Oh, my God.
Holy cow. That was from NBA range. 30 feet. I don't believe it. The game is tied.
50-50, the crowd's on their feet. BB got to pick up on the D, don't want to pick up a cheap foul.
Foul away from the ball.
Oh, it's going to go on Wartburg.
On BJ Supple picks up the foul.
BB really picking it up.
Only the second team foul, third team foul, half on Wartburg.
Looks like they're going to, they give that one to Supple. It's the second team foul. We got a field report right now by Ryan.
During that last timeout, Coach Van Haften told his team to keep playing intense basketball, but be sure to keep playing unselfish basketball and to keep playing unselfish and smart basketball, not making stupid mistakes, and not to blow the 2-point lead they have right now. Back to you, Scott.
All right, Landon, the freshman, Landon Roth, able to get inside for a layup, and we now have the lead at 52-50, 7:48 to go in regulation. And you have the feeling this one's going to go right down to the wire. And Myers misses a shot. That's the first shot Myers has missed this half. He's got all 7 of Wartburg's points here in the second half.
I don't think anybody could have predicted this turnaround that we're seeing now in the second half. It's unbelievable by the BB players. Van Haften sticking with basically the same 5 guys.
Jeff Wilson is in there right now. Wilson.
Oh, going to get him on the travel.
Wilson walks with the ball. And BB right now is playing tremendous defense. I mean, you just don't hold a team to 7 points in 13 minutes. But right now, the Beavers are doing it. And
right now, BB's got to make sure they match up defensively. They don't want to get any stupid fouls. They really need a defensive rebound.
The crowd's been standing on its feet for the last 4 minutes or so. Wilson on Meyer. Meyer driving. There's a double team by Wilson. No good. Wilson with the rebound.
Nice job there by Jamie.
BB trying to extend on a 2-point lead.
Shot clock down to 12 seconds. Looking for the back door with Landon. Brad Douglas with the 3.
He's wide open, and Douglas hasn't been able to hit that shot.
Oh, they're going to get Jeff Wilson over the back.
Wilson picks up his second foul in half. It's going to be 5 team fouls on the Beavers.
Right now, the crowd's still on their feet.
Schmalbeck is going to give Bjorken a rest, and Bloom goes in for Roth. Big round of applause for Landon Roth and Bjorken. And down low with the shot. That's going to be number 43, Kloster.
That's going to tie the score at 52-52 with 6 minutes left in the second half.
Wilson with it out top. Bloom with a shot. No good.
They've suddenly kind of gone a little bit cold. BB needs really needs a defensive stop here.
Myers, he's double teamed Wilson. And they're going to call a blocking foul on Wilson. Meyer got the basket and the foul. He'll be shooting 1. And that puts Wartburg up by 2 with a chance to go ahead by 3 here. That's tough. When they get the ball to Meyer down low, there's not much anybody can do about it. The double team was late in coming that time, and Wilson picked up the foul. So far in tonight's game, Myers has 22 points.
That's amazing. He's had a great game. He's a good all-around player.
Make it 23 as Wartburg goes up by 3 here. They're on a 5-0 run.
Make the score 55-52.
There's 5 minutes, 30 seconds left in regulation. Jamie Wilson with the circus layup. There's Meyer, no good. Jamie Wilson with the boards. BB with a chance to regain the lead here. Jansen posting down low against Archer. Douglas, no good. Trying to get the shot off. He's trying to draw the foul.
I think we'll probably be seeing Nick come back in pretty soon. I think we're going to get a foul here on Schmalbeck.
Yeah, Schmalbeck will pick up that foul. And Wartburg still needs 1 more foul to go in the bonus. That's going to be a 16. Oh, that will put him in the bonus. That's a 17 foul.
Right now we're seeing Nick come back in for Brad Douglas.
And Denlinger comes back into the game for the stretch run here.
Right now we got Schmalbeck, Bloom, Wilson, Jensen, and Detlinger all on the court.
The Beavers down by 1. Here's Detlinger driving.
I think they're going to get the foul there on Brian Meyer. Nice drive there by Detlinger to get himself. They won't go to the line though because it's before the shot.
That's only the third team foul.
Third team foul, not quite. Once again, he needs 7 to go to the automatic free throw line.
Denlinger driving baseline, able to get the layup. Denlinger has 10 points in this half.
56-55. BV regains the lead by 1 point.
Wow. And I promised we'd have 2 great games tonight, and didn't disappoint anyone. They're going to call an offensive foul on Wartburg. And right now, I can't even...
Right now, that was a travel, actually. So we're going to get the ball back. No matter what, we got the ball back. It's kind of hard to see. Everybody's standing up.
If BV wins this game, it will be Coach Van Haften's 100th career win. He had 85 at Storm Lake St. Mary's, and this will be his 15th at BV. So coming into tonight, his record is 99-45 with a 68% winning percentage.
That's not too bad.
No, not at all.
Right now, Van Haften goes to timeout on selling his troops down a little bit. Right now, he got a 1 point lead, so you don't want to do anything foolish on the other end. You got the lead. You got some patience. You don't need to throw up any shot. Turnovers this half, Wartburg has had 8. BV's only had 3, so a huge difference in the turnover ratio.
You can credit BV's defense for forcing 8 of those turnovers.
I think we also got to give some credit to the outside shooting. We're seeing Nick Denlinger make some unbelievable threes, and we're seeing a lot of hustle by the rest of the guys and getting boards.
A reminder that tonight's broadcast is copyrighted by Innovation Video and Buena Vista University. Any rebroadcast of this telecast without the expressed written consent of Buena Vista University and Innovation Video is strictly prohibited. The next telecast by Innovation Video Sports will be next Friday, February 21st, when the basketball teams play the William Penn Statesmen in a conference doubleheader. The women start things off at 6 and the men tip off at 8. Live coverage from Stevens Fieldhouse starts with the pregame show at around 5:52. State Innovation Video is your home for live coverage of Buena Vista sporting events. And BV to inbounds with a 1 point lead.
4 minutes left to go in the half.
Denlinger for 3. He's short. Second half scoring, BV 23, Wartburg 12. Denlinger comes up with a steal.
It'll be interesting to see what BV does here. Look for the quick shot or be a little bit patient with the ball.
Myers guarding Denlinger. Cross-court pass to Jamie Wilson. Wilson hits the baseline.
Makes the score 58-55 with 3:23 left in the game.
3 points is the biggest lead the Beavers have had all game long, as Wartburg has led nearly the entire game. But within the last 3 minutes, BV has
turned it up another notch.
They get the ball inside to Myers. Denlinger with the block. And the foul is going to be called on Foster. Coach Simmons not too happy over on the Wartburg bench. Minutes to go in regulation. Right now, BV's got to be sure to get off good shots, and that one, Denlinger's been hot, but maybe shot a little bit too quickly there.
Nice job by Schmelbeck of fouling the ball, keeping it alive for BV. Got 25 seconds left, plenty of time on the shot clock.
Will take some more time off the clock. Jamie Wilson, 7 seconds on the shot clock. Bloom for 3, no good.
Good job of Schmalbeck getting his hand in the passing lane, allowing the BV defense to get reset up now on this inbounds pass.
This will be a huge comeback win if the Beavers are able to pull it off tonight. Right now they hold a 3-point lead despite lackluster shooting from the outside. There's a double team on Myers, so he's got to kick it back out. Now inside to Kloster. And Kloster hits the shot and gets the foul.
big basket there for Wartburg. Chance for a three-point play and tie the game.
Foul on Dentlinger.
Big foul.
Foster will have a chance to tie up this game. He does. With 1:54 to go, we're tied at 58. And don't go anywhere because this one is going to go right down to the wire. It does Iowa Conference basketball at its best right here. Dentlinger has it stripped away by Myers. And that was a clean strip. Good job defensively by Myers that time. Beebe trying not to let Wartburg get his shot off here.
Got 14 seconds left on the shot clock.
Wartburg's going to use most of it here.
Down to 6.
Stocks is fouled.
Looks like we're going to get that foul on Bloom.
And remember now, every time BB fouls, Wartburg goes to the line because Wartburg is in the bonus situation.
That's not such a bad foul after all. I mean, really, this forces him, instead of making one basket, it's got to make 2.
He makes the first one. The first one's always the toughest, especially on the road against a hostile crowd. Stocks makes both to put the Knights up by 2, and Wilson needs some help on the inbounds. Coach Van Hampton wants to talk it over with his club, make sure everybody's on the same page. 1 minute, 3 seconds to go in regulation here. And we're not going anywhere. We're down by 2, Brent. We have the ball. The hot hand in the second half has been Dentlinger, and he's in there now.
I think right now Van Hampton's probably drawing up a play. I'm sure he's telling them about like what play he wants to run to try to get the basket, then what he wants to do after the play. You know, do they want to foul right away, or do they want to go ahead and just let Wartburg bring up the ball and see what they can do? Also, probably people who they should foul. I'm sure they got a list of a couple of people that are maybe not Wartburg's best foul shooters, so there's a lot going on in that little timeout we see.
Exactly. We may see some situation substitutions at this point in the game. Strategic fouling, as you mentioned. And I'm sure Coach Simmons over on the Wartburg sidelines is saying the same thing as well. Don't foul, especially Aaron Bloom. He's probably the best free throw shooter we have.
If you're a basketball fan right now, you couldn't ask for anything more. You got a 60 to 58 battle going on and got a little over a minute to go. It's within conference. 2 good teams going at it.
And on Wartburg's sideline, you want to get the ball to Myers if you're Wartburg because he's been virtually unstoppable when he's been able to get it down in the low post. BV may go strictly to a double team on him.
BB really has almost got 2 guards and 2 forwards, almost really 3 guards. They're going to a strictly ball-handling shooting team. You got Detlinger, small back, Bloom all can shoot it from the outside.
And Wilson is the center. So probably a good strategy by Van Hampton going with 2 point guards. Right now Bjorken handling it. We're under a minute to go. Bjorken's in trouble. Smallback with a quick shot, no good. Bjorken comes up with the offensive boards, and we have a fresh 35. Smalley for 3. He's got it! BB gets in the lane. Brian Smallback puts BB up by 1, 61-60. 34 seconds to go. Here's Myers driving baseline. Air ball.
Got 26 seconds left, 1 point lead by BB.
Smalley will go to the line.
Right now, as you can see, Buena Vista 61, Wartburg 60 with 24 seconds left. I don't think he should be going in line. They're not in the bonus yet.
The next foul will be in the bonus.
Next foul, yeah.
Only their 6th. Good call.
Right now, BB's got to make sure they get this ball inbounded. Try to stay away from the Wartburg pressure.
Also on the last foul, Myers picked up his 4th, which is big if this game goes into overtime.
There we go. We see Wartburg picking up 17 fouls that automatically puts him in the bonus, but puts him at the line for a 1-and-1. Nick Dentlinger will be shooting the shots.
Okay, we have a timeout on the floor. Coach wants to talk it over. Let's go down to Ryan Harder on the floor.
During that last timeout, Coach Van Haften told his team to hurry up and wait. Hurry up, get a good shot, but wait, don't rush, but get the shot in and get it in as soon as you can. And as you can see, that's what they did. They went around, they waited for the right shot, and finally they did get the right shot. It was a 3-point shot that put the Beavers up by 1 and put them in the lead. So back to you, Scott.
Okay, thanks, Ryan. That's exactly what the Beavers did, dude.
I don't think we can say more about Schmalbeck. They always say if you're a good shooter, you'll shoot yourself out. Schmalbeck missed his first attempt at the basket, got the ball right back to him, and puts up the 3 with no hesitation and puts the Beavers up by 1.
For the season, Nick Dentlinger 28 of 49 for 57%. He makes the first one. And this is big because this puts BV up by 3. So, big free throw here. And he gets it to rattle home. The Beavers up by 3, 20 seconds to go. The shot clock is off. 3-point shot by Kloster, and he drains it. Big shot by Kloster. The game is tied, 9 seconds to go. Aaron Bloom with a turnaround, no good. Wartburg's got it, and they call timeout.
They call timeout with 2 seconds left.
We could be headed for overtime. Don't go anywhere. Wow.
Unbelievable shot. Who was that from Wartburg that made that?
Rich Kloster.
Holy cow. We talked about him at the beginning of the game. Kloster being an important factor in the game. Huge 3-pointer by Kloster. Man in his face.
Rich Kloster comes up with a huge shot in a timely spot for Wartburg.
Now we got to be thinking here. They got 2 seconds left. Where they're going to be inbounding underneath the basket, so you got to definitely think at least a baseball pass.
It's going to be a long baseball pass.
Or a half-court pass for sure. With instantly got to turn around to shoot it.
Right now, if you're Coach Van Haften, you're thinking
no fouls.
No fouls, exactly. That's the most important thing. But yet, with 2 seconds left, you're still able. I mean, there's been games won in a lot less time than 2 seconds. There's plenty of time for Wartburg to catch and shoot the ball. They don't need a tip in.
Right now, I'd be telling the guys, make sure you cover them. But if they're turning on to take a shot, get away from them. I would not foul these guys.
And also, since this clock does not have the tenths of a second, it could be more like it could be 2.9 seconds. There's a possibility of that.
Once again, an outstanding basketball game we have here in the Stevens Fieldhouse. An unbelievable comeback by the Beavers, coming back from down from 17 at one point. Now with 2 seconds left, the game tied.
And you just knew that this team, the character they've had all year, they've been able to battle back. You just knew they had a comeback in them.
I think that they can see the conference, within grasp, and they're not going to just let it go by one simple loss right here at home.
Again, we said you've got to protect your home court if you want to win the conference, because winning on the road is so tough. All right, here we go. 2 seconds to go. Wartburg inbounds to Supple. Bjorka touches it. That's going to be it. That shot would have counted had it went, Brent, but just off the mark. So we're headed for 5 extra minutes in this overtime.
Now you got to remind each team will get 1 timeout in this 5-minute period. We'll go an extra 5 minutes. As we see Matt Jensen's checking back in.
Okay, we're going to take these short messages and we'll be back. Don't go anywhere.
Sandaku was riding a motorcycle when he was struck by a car. I had spoken to him previously about donating his organs, and it made it so much easier for me to make the decision. I knew that this is something that he wanted. I didn't have to feel guilty about making the decisions, doing something that he may not have wanted. Every day I tell people, talk it over. You must let people know what you want.
Welcome back to a packed Stevens Fieldhouse. The fans are on their feet, and we're going to start this overtime with a jump ball. It's Wilson and Myers. BB controls the tip. We'll set the lineups for you. For BB, we got Bloom, Dentlinger, Jansen, and Schmalbeck and Wilson. Dentlinger hits underneath for a layup. So BB takes the early lead here in the overtime period. Wartburg goes right back to Myers.
The scramble on the floor. Looks like we're going to get a jump ball. Wartburg ball. Looks like we had Jensen in there. Wilson. Right now we got the score 65-63. Got a little water on the floor trying to...
There's Kloster, the man that hit that big shot to send it into overtime. And he's on fire right now, Kloster.
That makes it 65-65.
Matt Jansen drives left. Jamie Wilson, he's got that range. Jamie Wilson, yes, he can hit from there.
Unstoppable on that baseline shot, about 15 foot out, he can't miss. 67-65, BV, 4 minutes to go in the overtime period.
Crowd gives a chant of defense as a double team on Supple. And a rejection by Detlinger. BB's got a 3-on-2 break. And it's going to be BB's ball still. Good job by Detlinger as Myers tried the 3-point shot.
Nick's got some jumping ability like no other.
Myers probably thought he could surprise Nick because he's normally an inside player, but no, that was not the case.
We're going to get a foul right here, I think, because on BJ Supple. Right now, fouls could play a factor in this overtime period.
Exactly, and we should know Myers does have 4 fouls, so he must be very careful on the defensive end. You'd expect Coach Van Haften to go right inside to Jamie Wilson and Matt Jansen and try to pick up Myers' 5th foul and get him out of the game.
Here we see Schmalbeck shooting first of 1-1.
For the season, Schmalbeck is a 62% free throw shooter.
68-65 right now.
Schmalbeck makes 2 to put BV up by 4, their biggest lead of the game so far. 3:45 left to go in the overtime period. What a game.
You can say that again.
Ball down low to Myers. Myers double teamed. Nick Detlinger comes up with the rebound.
Nice job by Nick there on Meyer.
Great defense by BV. Shot clock down to 15. Detlinger to Jansen. 3 minutes left on the game clock. Shot clock down to 7. Jansen from deep, no good. And we're going to get a foul on Wilson.
We're going to get that one on Wilson. That's a big foul. It's a big foul right there. Could have been BV's ball, but they're going to foul that one to Wilson. Can put Wartburg on the line for a 1-1 because both teams are in the bonus.
And the fouls continue from the second half, so that puts Wartburg in the double bonus. So that's huge. From here on out, Wartburg will be shooting 2 every time BV fouls.
Yeah, at the 7-point mark, you automatically get the 1-1. At the 10-point mark, you automatically get the 2 shots. A rule that they changed in the last couple of years. When you got to 10, that you get 2 shots.
And Wartburg has got the man you would think they would want at the line, Rich Kloster. He's hit the last couple of shots for him, big shots.
Kloster hit some big shots, hit the big 3 to put the game in overtime, then hit a big 2-point shot. Does that put Wilson out of the game?
Jamie Wilson is fouled out of the game. He leaves to a standing ovation here at the field house. And BV's going to replace him with, we got 2 point guards in there right now. We're going to the 2-point guard lineup, Bjorken and Schmalbeck. Aaron Bloom's in there, Matt Jansen and Nick Detlinger, so not really a center on the floor. Kloster misses the first. Kloster gets 1 of 2, and the score is now 69-66. BV wants to get good shots off at this point. Run a little shot clock.
Run a nice little offense here, kind of a wheel offense.
Aaron
got the
Bloom,
foul.
good job by Bloom to create the foul. And that's all instinct right there. Good experience.
Eric Book on that foul. Nice job there. Bloom got his defender off his feet, and he kind of landed right in the Bloom, causing the foul. 69-66, BV up. We got 2:29 left.
Bloomer is one of BV's best free throw shooters, coming in at 75%.
Right now, that makes it 70-66, BV.
Each one of these free throws is huge right now.
And 71-66, 5-point lead. Once again, the biggest lead.
Biggest lead of the game.
BV's really got to put a good defensive stance here. They don't want Wartburg to get a score.
BV stayed in the man-to-man all game. They've really played tough from the start of the second half.
Brian Meyer with the open hoop there.
Meyer has got, I believe, 26 points so far in the game.
Meyer and Klosser, like we're talking, turning it into a two-man team for Wartburg.
Virtually keeping them in it. For BV, it's been the other case. Everybody's pretty much contributed. Nick Denlinger had the hot hand in the second half with a couple three-point shots.
Jensen had some good putbacks. Bloom had some big shots. Douglas did some good shots.
And Jansen throws it away, looking for a Bjorken on the cutbacks of the basket, but just barely missed him. So that's a costly turnover for the Beavers. We'll see if they can play some good defense here.
Coach Van Hatten telling his troops to calm down here. There's still plenty of time left. 71-68. Wartburg with the three can tie it.
And a three-point shot by Supple, way off the mark.
I think we might get it over the back on Meyer. Is that his fifth? That might be Meyer's fifth.
If the foul is on Meyer, that's his fifth. It is! Happy trails, Brian Myers. He played an excellent game this evening.
This is a big thing for BV fans right now. We got Brian Myers sitting out. Boy, that's a big difference on the inside there.
So both of the centers now for both teams have fouled out in this overtime period. Jamie Wilson, a few minutes back, picked up his fifth. That kind of evens things out a little bit.
Kevin Archer came in and replaced Brian Meyer.
Both teams now in the double bonus. Denlinger is at his last three free throws.
Makes it 72-68 with 1:11 go in the overtime period.
Denlinger stepped up big here in this latter part of this game.
It turned into a 5-point lead for BV in the overtime period.
And the shot by Stocks, no good, he missed the layup. And it's going to be Wartburg's ball still with 53 seconds remaining. BV's got a 5-point lead. Let's hope we can hang on here.
53 seconds left in the overtime period.
Right now you'd think Wartburg would want to go to Kloster. Jansen comes up with a steal. Big steal by Jansen. That could cap it. Wartburg's going to have to start fouling. It's the only thing they can do. That one's on Kloster. Myers, who fouled out a little bit ago, had 14 of Wartburg's 25 points in the second half and the overtime period.
Boone making it 74-68. Once again, we can't say enough how big of a comeback this was by BV, down by 17.
This one is going to go down, and when Coach Van Hatten looks back on this season, he's going to count this victory as very pivotal to the season for a lot of key reasons. Number one, you got your starting shooting guard, O.J. Freilich, who's done an awesome job of shooting all year long. You're without him. First half, you can't hit anything from the broadside of a barn as far as three-point shooting goes, and still somehow they play They stay in the game. Why? Because they play excellent defense.
Plus, this will be Coach Van Haften's 100th win, like we're talking about early. So he couldn't ask for a better win. Overtime, what else could you ask for? That's enough drama for me.
14 seconds remaining, and all that's left is free throws.
BV pulling all its players off the line.
And BJ Supple just picked up his 5th foul, so he becomes the 3rd player to foul out. The fans not going anywhere. Everybody's staying here. They appreciate the effort they've seen this evening.
This has got to be a heartbreaker for Wartburg. Coming in, they played a solid game, but what can you say? BV is #1 in the conference, and they're going to stay that way, and hopefully throughout the rest of the season.
And I think BV showed why they somehow, even though the cards are stacked against them, they somehow miraculously seem to come up with victories. They now move to 9-1 in the conference, top 1st place. Depending on what William Penn did tonight, they could be. They'll probably be up by 2, maybe 3 games, which is a huge lead as they travel to Fayette tomorrow night to face Upper Iowa. And that's probably not a smart foul there by Schmelbeck. Well, there's 3 seconds left.
They probably could have done without that one, but that's all right. I don't think Coach is going to mind too much as long as they come out with the victory on this one.
Hopefully we'll get an interview with Coach a few minutes after this game, so stay tuned for the post-game wrap-up. Once again, we want to take this chance to wish everybody out there a happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's to everyone out there listening.
And makes it a lot sweeter with the sweep here tonight.
I'd also like to thank all our crew members in Loggy, all the crew members here, all the guys from stats to operations to camera people. Thanks to everyone for making this production happen.
And that's going to do it. It's over. BV comes up with a huge victory tonight. 77-71 is your final score. And both teams shake hands. A well-played ball game.
Well, I don't think you can ask so much more from a Division III basketball game. You had it all. We had the home team. They're down by 17. The comeback story. Pull within 5 at one point. Tie the ball game. Going to overtime. Just a great victory for Buena Vista.
All right. So we're going to be back with the post-game show. So stay tuned for these messages. And we'll be back in a minute.
Is to warn threatening bachelor males from other prides to stay away from their young. Here, a lion cub gets a lesson in proper roaring from its father. Teaching this behavior is not just crucial to the pride, but also to the survival of the species. Just a reminder how important it is for fathers to spend time with their children.
In America, you are not required to offer food to the hungry or shelter to the homeless. There is no ordinance forcing you to visit the lonely. In fact, nowhere in the Constitution does it say you have to provide anything for anybody. Thank you for all you've given. Imagine what more could do.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Siebens Fieldhouse, the scene of a tremendous victory tonight by the Beavers. Both the men and the women come up with W's tonight, and the women winning by 14 points, the men 8 points, winners in overtime.
Let's just say if you missed this one, you missed a heck of a ball game.
Yes, all you guys who had dates tonight, you'll be sorry when you find out what happened with this one, maybe.
Just a huge turnaround of events here. Just unbelievable. We went from, we had every emotion. We were down, thought maybe the game was over. Come back, we had some questionable fouls. We also had some key plays by a lot of people, and it's a great win.
All right, let's give away our Silkscreen Inc. Player of the Game. And it's going to be, we decided, we had a tough decision. The whole team played well. We thought about it. We decided it was Dentlinger. Nick Dentlinger is our Player of the Game. Silkscreen Inc. Player of the Game.
Had an excellent, he was kind of the guy that got sparked to turn around. He had some three-pointers. He had that one from a good 24, 25 feet. Sparked some defensive turnovers. He did an excellent job. Great job by all the people.
And our Honeykiss Pizza off the bench contributor tonight, let's make it Nate Bjorken. I think Nate did an excellent job. When we went to the two-guard rotation with him and Schmalbeck as point guards, didn't turn over the ball, made smart decisions, and Landon Roth came in and did an excellent job as well, filling in for Freilich.
We did a nice job for both Brad Douglas and Roth coming in.
Take a look at the stats. BB out-rebounded Wartburg. Even though Wartburg is taller, the turnovers, BB forced 15 turnovers. A lot of fouls called tonight.
Free throws the difference.
The free throw line was huge. We made the free throws when we had to make them. And the field goal situation, even though
Wartburg had more field goals,
we were able to hit the shots when we needed them. And that's the key to winning ball games. And I think this team has now found the ingredients they need to be successful the rest of the season.
To go on for the conference.
Stay tuned. We'll be coming up shortly. We're going to have an interview with Coach Van Haften. I'm sure he's going to want to talk to his players about the great win they had tonight. And this goes a long way. This builds experience, and this could serve them well come postseason. And now, I know Coach Van Haften always teases his players. He says, and when he sees me around and walking around, he says, "Scott, I don't think we're going to win another game all year." It's just jokingly. But
right now, I think we can take a look into the future. We see tomorrow they got a game in Upper Iowa. Big game, got to travel there. You don't want to let this could be a prime time for a letdown. You don't want to have that happen. You want them to go to Upper Iowa, play strong. Right now, we see Buena Vista 9-1 overall in the conference. Wartburg dropping to 5-7. Depending upon some of the other outcomes, for sure BB's got a 2-game lead, possibly a 3-game lead, depending upon the William Penn score. But yeah, once again, they got to travel tomorrow night to Upper Iowa, and hopefully they can pick up another W.
All right, we're going to take a look at the game highlights right now. And in the first half, Wartburg got off quickly, and as BB could not shoot from three-point range. At one point, we were 0 for 7 from beyond the arc. In the second half, Coach Van Haften just looking on, picked up a technical in the first half, as a matter of fact. And that technical is really when BB started to get back into the game. Even though they weren't hitting their shots still, they picked it up on the defensive end from then on. And it was only a matter of time you felt that they were able to get on a roll. And
Nick Dentlinger with some of those threes right there. There wasn't many highlights.